they pause their campaign, if there's a problem with the billing. Oh, I felt that. Okay, it works, right? But what they've consistently said over the last like 20 years is, I wish I wasn't so reliant on them. I think you're going to probably understand where I'm going with this. I wish there was a healthier, more expansive, whatever you want to call it, search ecosystem. Like, I wish people used Bing, right? Nobody really does. Maybe your computer came with it, but as a default search engine,
Yahoo.
you don't know how to change it, right?
Yeah.
But if it wasn't like 90%, like maybe I'll rewind 4 years before the AI disruption, 92% of people used Google for a local product or service. That means the other 8-9% was Bing and DuckDuckGo, and some of these things like went up to like 1-2-3%, and then they kind of stagnated, right? But constantly, without going off on a tangent, we've been saying, I wish that there was more choice and I wasn't so betrothed to Google. And what I keep telling everybody now is, you asked for it, now you have it. And so what does that mean? That means, let's say you're a consumer, and I'll go back to the air conditioning guy, right? AC repair near me, and they see the paid ad, and they see maybe AI overviews, and they're looking, did they get what the answer they were looking for? Probably. But if they didn't, maybe they open up Perplexity, they open up ChatGPT, they do it again, right? What if there's different air conditioning contractors in Claude, and different ones in Perplexity, and different ones in ChatGPT? But what if there's one company that shows up in all those places, right? Do you think they're going to have a higher propensity to convert that customer?
Oh, if one showed up in all three, that's the company you got to go for.
So now you have to show up everywhere. And that's why I keep telling people, you asked for this. You only have to show up at Google before.
Do you think people are
Now you got to show up.
copying those URLs of those websites, putting it and having AI compare those two companies?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, we use software like that, and it's a start. It's a tool, right?
Yeah.
There's, not to get too granular today, but like SEO, right? For the last 15 years, people are saying SEO is dead because of the advent of paid ads. It's not dead, right? The foundation of search engine optimization is still the right foundation for AEO, which is answer engine optimization. That's the, AI overviews. Then you have generative engine optimization, or GEO. So you've got all these alphabet soup acronyms, AEO, GEO, SEO. And there's a lot of misconception that people are saying, I don't need regular SEO. I just need to do, I just want to focus on AEO and GEO. Well, they run in parallel, and then they diverge at some point. I mean, again, I don't know how granular you want me to get today, but like,
would one be from another, I guess, as they grow and then they diverge?
Yeah.
Right? So that the base, they're kind of the same.
To answer, again, without like doing a full-blown one-to-one with somebody on this, because you can talk about it for days, like regular SEO, well, let's use Google, because I know we joke that nobody uses Bing.
Yeah.
They have an algorithm that they have, for 30 years, named after the owner, which is called PageRank. It's named after Larry Page.
Oh, funny. Right.
And then about 8-9 years ago, they came out with something called RankBrain, which was machine learning, which is early AI, right? And it used to be that they would interpret the search results, as engineers, and then they would program the machine learning, right? Well, RankBrain was, I think it actually technically was AI, but initially it was machine learning, right? Similar. And RankBrain is literally evaluating all of the search results, and then the human team evaluates it. So that was a fundamental shift in, it's not people, and then they're steering the AI. It's 24/7. AI is monitoring, and then they evaluate it and go, do we need to make some tweaks to our algorithm? Do we like the way the results are showing up? Do we see, a weird result come up on page one consistently? That's really what Google's trying to do. At the end of the day, they want consumers to have a good experience with Google, so they keep using Google, right?
Right.
Because they know that that's how they're going to make that paid ad money. You and I talked about that before. That's how they make money. Paid ads. Before they did paid ads, they didn't have a monetization system, right? Every single platform has learned from that. Meta, right? Instagram, Reddit has ads now. Everything, they realize, if we have an audience and we have eyeballs here, there's
You're running ads.
likelihood that an SMB or even a large company like Samsung is going to want to put their ads
Or you're just running a
It
subscription.
just makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hope that answers your question a little bit about Google. I think the real question, and where my heart is and why I started Agile Media, is what happens to the SMB, right? circling back to what I was just saying about like
SMBs.
small medium-sized business owner.
All right, that's what I was
Yeah.
going to get into now too. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
what are they going to do? Like,
So
how do you
how do
compete
you get everywhere?
against?
How do you be everywhere is the thing.
Yeah.
Is it more work?
Let's start like,
Right.
let's say a business has been around for 5-10 years
Mhm.
and they really haven't done anything.
Mhm.
What are like the first steps that they should be doing, right? They got to probably redo their website. And like, how important is that?
Yeah.
And then what are the steps that they need to do to really get?
I'm going to be conceptual here because, like I said, I'm not trying to advertise for Agile Media, but
Do
if
it,
they
please.
were-
You go, yeah.
Well, if they were to be referred to us, first thing we're going to do is perform a comprehensive audit. The cornerstone of your digital presence is still your website. It's not the only part, but let's be honest, it's the cornerstone, right?
Mhm.
You know, all those roads lead to Rome. You want them to get there, right? But with the advent of social media, which would include maybe your Google business profile, your Instagram, your Twitter, depending on what line of work you're in. Right?
Yeah, I was going to inject. I was
you're
going to let
a-
you go, but I was going to say,
If you're a
think of that.
journalist and you want people to check out your Twitter, if you're a small, HVAC company, you probably still want to get people to your Google business profile or your website or your Yelp, right?
Wherever the phone number is.
What's going to convert?
right?
Where are they
Yeah.
going to convert, right? So we would do an evaluation and show them what their current baselines are. Is their website deficient in meeting current standards? What does that mean, right? Was this built 6 years ago and there's not good content on the website? It hasn't been updated for years. There's all this minutia we can go into in terms of how on-page SEO works, the site titles, the meta descriptions, the header tags, all that stuff. To compete effectively, it's almost a given that needs to be implemented properly.